Hey loves, welcome back to the channel. It's your first time here. Hi, my name is Abigail. I create content centered around natural hair, beauty, vlogs, and everything nice. So it's kind of content you love to see. Do consider hitting subscribe button and turn the notification bell so you can get notified anytime I get to publish a new video on my channel. So in my previous video, I was able to explain who a natural hair influencer is, what they do, and the pros and cons that comes with being a natural influencer. But in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how you can choose your niche in the natural hair space. So if you've ever wondered on how you can stand out as a natural influencer or what type of content to focus on, then this video is for you. Before I talk about how to choose a niche, let's talk about why it's even important for you to have a niche or to choose a niche. When you have a clear niche, it helps you to attract the right audience, helps you to build authenticity in your space, helps you to stand out from other influencers, and makes it easier for brands to work with you. So think of your niche as a signature. It is what makes people come to you instead of somebody else, if that makes sense. I'm sure it does. Now let's talk about the different niches in the natural hair space. There are different directions you can take. In my previous video, I explained something like this briefly. If you've not watched that video, I'm going to put the link in description card so you can go check it out. Okay, there are different niches in the natural hair space. A lot of people think when you talk about natural hair, it's just about hair. No, it's not just limited to hair. There is a hair type specific content whereby you create content, educational videos based on a specific hair type. It could be you're making content for type 4 hair, B hair, or whatever. You get what I mean? You're making content for a specific hair type, teaching them how they can care for their hair in the most simplest and easy way. That is a specific niche you can focus on. If you want to be creating content, you can create content, educational videos on how people can take care of their hair. That's one aspect of content you can focus on. Another one is the DIY and natural remedies. This is a type of content where some people focus on providing simple DIY treatments or herbs people can use to care for their hair. I am sure you've seen channels like that. They only create content on things you can use to maintain your hair. That's another form of niche that you can dive into if it's something that you like. There is the protected style and weak content. This is the type of content that a lot of people are diving into because this type of content actually makes it easier for brands to work with influencers because we have a lot of brands that deals with hair extensions, so they want to work with influencers. So a lot of influencers focus on this aspect because it makes it easier for them to work with brands and for brands to also reach out to them in terms of partnership, right? So if it's something that you like to do, you can actually focus on that aspect whereby you create simple style tutorials for your audience or wig content showing people how they can install their wigs, lay their frontals and all of that. Okay, that's another type of content that you can actually focus on. Or you can focus in the aspect of you just sharing your natural hair journey whereby you are not targeting any specific person, if that makes sense. You're just sharing your own hair journey online, telling people this is what I use for my hair, this is what I do, this is my wash day routine, this is the treatment I'm using to care for my hair, this is what I'm using to wash my hair, this is the products I'm using to moisturize my hair. That's more of like a natural hair journey. You're just showing everything that you do basically to care for your hair. Then people that like your content will subscribe to your content, and one way or the other, you can inspire somebody to also take their own natural hair journey seriously. That is another type of content that you can focus on. And there's also the product review type of content whereby you are not doing anything hair related. All you do is just provide product recommendation and review. Your job is just to make use of the product, try it, then share your honest review about it online for people to see. You also state what is in a product, what they should look out for when getting a certain product, and tell them what type of product they should use if they have a certain hair condition or skin condition, if that makes sense. That's another type of content that you can also focus on. Now you can see that there are a lot of niche in the natural hair space, but the question is, how do you actually pick one out of all the niches? So what you need to do is to ask yourself, what am I passionate about? The best niche is something you love doing, something you love talking about, something that you know that you're going to do for a very long time without actually getting tired. If you know you are very passionate about teaching people on how to care for their natural hair, techniques, ways, and methods they can care for their natural hair without breaking the bank, then why not? You can do it. If it's about sharing with people on how they can style their natural hair in the most simplest way, you can actually go for it. If you feel like you don't have a specific passion for any of this, another thing that can help you to determine what niche you can focus on is by asking yourself, what do people always ask you about? Do they compliment your hairstyle? When you make a certain hairstyle on your hair, do they compliment it? Oh, I like your hair. Who made this? Do they ask for product review, product recommendations, something like that? When you're able to give answers to this question, that would help you to see something that you do that people really like, if that makes sense. Because I know me, I do style my hair most of the times. When I style my hair, people usually compliment my hairstyle. They like the hairstyle, it's so simple, it's so nice, it's so cute. Then I knew that I needed to start creating style tutorials. It can also be that way for you. Whatever people compliment about you or people ask from you, mostly you can actually figure that out and use that to figure out what niche you need to dive into, if that makes sense. If you feel like these two ways cannot actually help you to figure out what niche to focus on, you don't have any passion for a specific niche, or you're not able to figure out what niche to focus on based on the questions people are asking you, what you need to do is think about your ideal audience. Who do you want to help? The people you want to help, are they people that need basic knowledge regarding hair care, or are you targeting a specific hair type? Knowing your audience helps shape your content, if that makes sense. But here's the thing, you don't necessarily need to be locked in into one type of niche or content for a very long time or forever, because obviously doing one thing for a very long time can make you feel bored, but you can once in a while switch up your content style and all of that. So you don't have to be fixed on one type of content for a very long time. But one of the mistakes that a lot of influencer make or content creator make is when they are focusing on so many things at a time. You're doing styling tutorial, you're sharing educational video, product review, week content, DIY treatment, so many things, like all joined together. That can actually confuse your audience because they don't know what type of niche or what specific content you are focusing on, or creating content or providing value on. So to avoid that confusion, to avoid confusing your audience, you want to focus on one or two or three things before introducing other niches, if that makes sense. So if you decide to start creating content on styling tutorial, you can do styling tutorial, educational videos, and product review. These three contents, you can be creating content on these three particular content. Then with time, you can now start introducing week type of content and another type of content, if that makes sense. So that way your audience would not feel so confused with the type of content you're putting out. Another mistake you don't want to make is copying other influencers, because you see that their content that they are putting out is doing so well. You decide to copy their niche just because their content is performing so well, because you feel like if you should do what they are doing, you will also get the same result. Every natural hair influencer are different. So even if you decide to copy their niche, you might not get the same result as theirs. So do not make the mistake of copying everyone or other natural influencer. Find what works for you and put your own spin to it, put your own style to it. And that is what is going to make your own content unique and different from other natural influencers. Another thing I want you to remember is that growth takes time. Just because you are putting out a specific type of content, you've dived into a certain niche and you're putting out a specific content, just because your videos are not blowing up right away, doesn't mean that your niche is actually not good. Don't think that. Yeah, don't think that. Just because you are putting out, let's say for example, you are doing styling tutorial and your tutorials are not blowing up immediately, it doesn't mean that that niche is not a good niche or that people are not interested in what you're putting out. No, growth takes time. You have to keep doing these things consistently. So to wrap things up, choosing your niche is all about combining your passion, your skill, and your audience need. Don't just stress about any other thing or stress about getting it perfect right away. What you need to do is just stay consistent, keep doing the right thing, keep doing what you're doing, and as you're doing these things, you get to adjust as you go. So if you found this video very helpful, you know what to do. Please kindly give this video a very big thumbs up. leave a comment down below and share this video. And if you got this far and haven't subscribed to this channel, I don't know what you're waiting for. Kindly hit subscribe button and turn notification bell so you can get notified anytime I get to post a new video on my channel. On this note, see you in my next video. Bye.